So now I will add some new functionality to our game. Okay, so I will add the function to end the game. So if the game ends, I will just invalidate the timer. Okay, so I will this will be stop the timer, so it will never call my function again in the selector. Okay, and I will call it again. I just copy paste this statement, and I will call it on the delegate game did end. Okay, so after that I have to make function to what I will call it in my timer. So it will be called tick second, what means every second we will call this function. So I will call it tick second. Oh, my mistake again. Second. Okay. So now I can pass it to my selector. So this timer every single second will call this my function tick second, and if I invalidate this timer in my end game function, so if I call this function, it will invalidate the timer, and the tick second will never called or not never called, and it will be never it will be not called. Then I again call some another timer which will have the selector to the tick second function. Okay, so and in my tick second function I will check if remaining time is low or equal lower or equal to 0, and if is lower than 0 or equal, I just call the end game, because if you got 0 remaining time you just end the game. Okay, and if the remaining time is not equal or less than 0, I just set the remaining time to remaining time minus 1. So I will just remove the 1 second from my remaining time. Okay, so every single second I will remove 1 second from my remaining time, and if my remaining time is changed, I will call the last delegate method. So I just copy paste this, and I will call on the delegate remaining time to change. So when the remaining time is changed, the delegate remaining time did change method will call it. Okay, so this is the simple logic for starting and ending the game. And now we have to make some logic to make if the user answer good or bad. Okay, so if he answered good, it will take the multiplier and it will be multiply the current score. But if the answer will be bad, it will be just set the multiplier to 0. Okay, or 1 in our game. So first I will make the simplest function the bad answer, because it is just simple and there is no logic. So I just set the multiplier to 1. Okay, so that's it for the bad answer logic. But for the good answer, I have to make some logic for the multiplier. So when the multiplier is greater than 1, it means the multiplier is not the default, so the user answered like to answer correctly. So I will just set the score of the game to multiplier by the multiplier. So okay, so this is it. And else if the multiplier is not greater than 1, I just added the score plus 10. Okay, so I just set the score to self score. Okay, and after semicolon, and after that I just rise up the multiplier. So I just set the multiplier to self multiplier plus 1. So this is simple. And what I forgot in bad answer is add this line. So if I answer the bad, I will just add this. Okay. So this is it. This will just count the score. So if the user answer correctly, it will be added 10 or the multiplier the score, and it will be right the multiplier, or if it's a bad answer it will be added 10 and set the multiplier to 1. Okay, so now what is left to our game logic is the generating the expression to our buffer. Okay, so first of all I will create a function to generate the expression. So I will call it generate expressions, and it will take the parameter count. Okay, so it will say how many expression we want to generate. Okay, so first of all I just will just clear the my array. Okay, so this will remove all expression what contains in the expression buffer. Okay, and after that I just make the simple for loop, and this for loop will be from 0 to count. Okay, the count is the parameter, so it will be from 0 to number of expression what we need to generate, and we will rise the index to in every iteration to plus 1 greater than before. Okay, and we just added to our expression buffer in every iteration new expression. So just we will call the why I didn't get the Intel sense, so I just make it this, and I will just call the get expression what we'll call what we'll call this generate expression what we'll call the get expression from our expression class. Okay, so that's it. So now we got the function to generate some expression to our buffer, and the last thing what we need is to pick some expression for from our buffer. So just get next expression. Okay, and it will be return expression. So I will make if statement. So if I get empty a buffer, I have to generate new expression. So I will just go generate expression, and I will just pass them. Okay, so every time I get the empty buffer, I will call again generate me some other 10 expression, and this function will will generate new expression to my buffer, and if I get new expression in my buffer, so it is not empty, and I just take some expression from also it's not result, it's expression, so I take some expression from my buffer, so expression buffer, and I just take the last last expression in my buffer, and after that I just expression buffer and I remove the last. Okay, so every time I get the next expression, it will take the last expression containing in the expression buffer, and after that I will remove them. So okay, and after that in my function I have to return the expression what I picked up from my array. So, and the last thing uh, is in my initialization function I have to but it's not necessary, but it's good to generate some expression before the game starts, so I just generate some expression like then. Okay, so this is the all logic what we need to our game. Okay, so single player game. Okay, so this is all, and next time I will show you how to make the UI for our game and how to connect it to our logic for the game. Okay, so bye.